Tariffs, resignations, and mayhem. What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard. It's Bubba's Daily Update, and wow, what a collapse. And no surprise, we talked about this yesterday. We thought that the Fed was not appropriate in what they did and the way that they did it. And of course, the dollar started to rally now after yesterday's pummeling. And of course, the markets are falling apart. Not to mention that President Trump signed the tariff bills today. But interestingly enough, the grain markets actually rallied after he signed that new tariff thing. And of course, the threat all day was that they were going to go after the Trump's base, which is the farming community. And for some reason, we don't think that's a problem. And I really don't think it's a problem. I think that this is going to work its way out. The world's going to need food. The world's going to need us. And that's the way it is. And I think it's about time we saw some muscle flexing and we stood up to everybody instead of just being the old patsy to bail everybody out. In the meantime, Trump's personal lawyer resigned, and of course that created a little bit more steam in the markets, and we just saw just a major crushing. That's it. But of course, we've talked about this. We believe that we're going to go down and test those lows made on February 9th. So no big surprise here. The VIX was higher, over 20 again, which is where it belongs. We should have this kind of volatility on a regular basis. Dow was down, over 500. S&P down about 60 points. NASDAQ got crushed. Russell got crushed. Bottom line is, of course, this is what you expect to see, some total carnage and some total selling. This is what's going to happen, when people are now going to start to get nervous and they're going to want to get out because they've been put into asset classes that they don't want to be in. This is the problem when you have a manipulated market, not a free market, okay? And this is why the selling could accelerate. Now, it wouldn't be any surprise if there was a little bit of a bounce tomorrow. Again, we're not calling for the end of the world. We're calling for a market that is going to go into full correction mode and is going to have some major selling. But again, there'll be rallies, there'll be opportunities, there'll be buying opportunities. So don't get so bent out of shape if they go down even farther. Remember, the first thing is you always want to try to be hedged if you can. And we are starting a new hedging course on April 10th. So if you're interested, let me know. But in the meantime, the markets are the markets, and they're going to go up and they're going to go down. And the key is to be able to withstand when they go down so you can buy, because they're going to go back up again. The markets will go up 8% year over year. So don't get into a panic. Don't get into a frenzy. Don't sell out of fear or out of panic. Take a logical look at the market and decide if you want to get out or not. That's really what you do here, because overall, you can see that the bonds rallied big early and they sold off. They were still up on the day. Gold, really a non-event based on what's going on in the market. So again, these are things that you start to look at. People are looking for better places to put their money, and they don't see the return in bonds. They don't see the return in gold right now, so they're going elsewhere. Where, we don't know yet, but we're going to see what's happening with that. But at the end of it, these markets are under extreme pressure. And again, you cannot go up at the rate of speed we went up and not expect to see some selling. You saw stock like FedEx today down about $10, $11. Boeing down $10, $11. These are you're going to see some major carnage. And this is what we said about Facebook yesterday. Facebook is down again. Now, why? Because again, there's more deeper problems in this market than anybody cares to talk about. We don't have the growth. We don't have the good jobs. We don't have everything. So now it's starting to all kind of play out and fit the way it should. And we'll see, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised to see it bounce tomorrow. Grains were mixed. Wheat and corn were higher. Soybeans were a little bit lower. But again, everything looks good there. I'm still a buyer. Love to get in there. Cattle was barely hanging on with his fingertips to gains. Hogs got killed. Tomorrow afternoon is cattle on feed. I'm personally going to go in long into that number because I think that the number can't possibly be as bearish as they priced it into. Bitcoin was the usual, just up and down and churning around. But at the end of the day, the cryptocurrencies are a space to look at. You probably want to look to be a buyer in here. Look to be a seller of bonds on rallies. Look to be a seller of the euro currency on rallies. And just be careful. Again, and before you make any crucial decision, think it through, look at it logically, and just do the math. That's it for today's Bubba's Daily Update. As always, I thank you and want to remind you about highschoolinvesting.com. Please check it out. If you'd like to help us out, go to patreon.com/Bubba Trading. That's patreon.com/Bubba Trading. And don't forget to get the Bubba Show every day at 4 to 5 Eastern at libertytalk.fm. College basketball tonight. Texas A&M over the Michigan Wolverines. I know I like usually Conking Heroes, but tonight we're going with Texas A&M. Have a great day, everybody. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you over the weekend with Bubba's Bottom Line. Take care, everybody. Have a great day.